What is the most challenging thing you've gone through in your life thus far?
Interesting. Coming out of the closet was definitely a very challenging part of my life. I say that because, it was a journey and it didn't happen overnight. And I held a lot of fear inside of me during that time of my life. I'm so happy where I am today. But with that said, it just it taught me a lot about myself, obviously. It taught me a lot about other people in my life. I'm still learning about people. So that experience again, so happy I was ready to do that. And I just, there's a lot of pain involved and a lot of fear and anxiety. And it's something that, made me who I am today. So I don't know. But at the same time, I'm still coming out, if you will. I meet new people every day and kind of have to not really explain myself, but just share that portion of my life. And you never know what kind of reaction you're going to get.
Have you ever gotten a negative reaction from somebody?
From somebody or someone close to me, or?
Either or. So how did your family take, how old were you when you came out to your family?
So I was 20 years old.
Okay.
This was about 3 years ago. And at the time I was in a relationship and, felt that it was kind of something I wanted to share with everyone. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned, it was a slow process. So initially, I told my best friend, my childhood best friend, who I also kind of had an idea that he might like guys too. Mm-hmm. So that was the easiest coming out, was, hey, by the way, I'm gay. And it was, nah, me too. And so that was just
beautiful and perfect.
The best moment. But that stopped there, kind of thing. It was okay, I can tell you, but I didn't really open up to anyone else. And it wasn't until probably 7 or 8 months later that I felt confident enough and comfortable enough to tell some other friends. Mm-hmm. From there, it just started spiraling. I really tried to confide in people and want to, again, it's sensitive. It was a sensitive, thing for me to share. And, my main point was, hey, kind of keep this to yourself. It's something I wanted to share with you. And I just want you to respect that. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, people talk. And it was kind of just a waterfall effect. I kept hearing more and more and more he said, she said, and that was the hardest part of it all, because just not knowing what people are saying about me, and just, I guess, now I'm in a different place where I don't really care about what people say about me, but in college it was just it was a pressing time. Are people gonna like me? Are people gonna talk to me? Were people gonna act the same around me? I'm the same person, but there's just one little fun fact about me. So that was a struggle, but I got through it. I think so. Just to put it to rest and make it known, I made an Instagram post because I was tired of, again, the he said, she said. And I was listen, you're gonna hear this from me. You're not gonna hear this from anyone else. And some people think only some people deserve to know that about you. Some people only want to share that with people close to them. But for me, I'm hey, this is who I am. If you like me, cool. If you don't, fuck off.
Right.
So, again, it was a tough experience, but one of the most positive and beneficial experiences for me, because it really helped me to find out who I am. And I'm still learning more about myself every day.
Right.
So,
Aren't we all?
absolutely.
And that kind of leads me into the next question, which is, what's the hardest conversation you've ever had? So is there another, were those the hardest conversations, or have you ever been in a situation where you had to talk to someone about something else and it was really hard for you to kind of approach the situation and figure out what to say?
So I'll tie that all together. Coming out to my parents was very, very tough. Only because like I just didn't know the right moment. When's the right moment? And that goes along with my feelings, like sharing my feelings. When is the right moment? Excuse me. Just, I don't know. I guess I internalize fear, and I'm scared of the repercussions. I'm scared of what happens next.
Right.
Which sounds silly, but
No.
at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't know people's reactions, and I think I'm a big reaction person. I love getting reactions out of people, and when it's a negative reaction, kind of makes me crawl into my shell a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of hold back. But
For sure.
yeah, and that goes along with like, you know, feelings in relationships too, like wanting to share things, but also like internalizing that fear and being like, you know, what's gonna happen after this. So definitely that's kind of something that I struggle with,
Okay.
but I'm getting better at.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen, like in your life?
The craziest?
Yeah. Or the craziest situation you've been in. If you haven't like seen something outwardly, like what's the situation where you're like, I can't even believe that I'm like experiencing it right now.
So definitely, it's a sensitive time, but I was when I lived on campus at Towson. My friends and I were walking back from getting a pizza at 2 a.m. We were just like chilling one night, and we were crossing the bridge into our residence halls, and there was a girl sobbing on the side of the bridge, and her clothes were ripped, and she didn't have shoes on, and my friends started to console her, and I was just kind of like, you know, letting them take care of her.
Yeah.
Later did I realize that she was someone who, you know, I live at home with. She lives in my town, and I was like, oh my god, hey, like what's wrong? Like, I'll help you out. And started walking her back to my dorm, and she broke free from my hand and went straight to the bridge railing and almost threw herself over, and I literally had to pry her off of that railing. And again, it's unbelievable because it's like, you know, things happen so fast, and you never really think you're gonna have to be in that situation, but you know, your just instincts kick in, and again, it is someone who's near and dear to me, and I actually saw them last night.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they're doing well, and it's cool to see that. You know, we all have our ups and downs, but
I'm so glad you were there.
yeah, absolutely.
And your group of friends, because it could have been other people who were kind of like, oh, that girl's crying, and like kept, you know?
Right. And again, like, how long was she out there? Like,
Right.
would she have done it? Like, it's just, you know, a lot of things have run through my head, and, you know, I don't want to think of the worst, but again, it was just so crazy. Like, I never thought I'd be put in that situation.
And you nailed it. Like you did what every person hopes they would do.
I mean, I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, I literally ripped her off and started carrying her back to my dorm. I was like, you're not fucking doing that. Like, that's not happening today. Like, you're gonna live your fucking life. Like, we're not doing this.
Right.
And so, just the fact that, you know, she was ready to go to those lengths, I was like, like, things get better. And things are better. So.